Hi guys, welcome. For those of you who have been waiting on pins and needles for where Oscar Blue and I were, we are here. Tell us where we are, Oscar.
We're at the Suchiate River. This is specifically where they just put the National Guard. We're gonna flip, in a few moments the camera. You guys gonna see the National Guard. We are in Tapachula. This is actually where the invasion is happening. This is where, the whole entrance to our country and to the South Door is going on right now.
And for those that aren't familiar with the names that he just mentioned, we are on the southern Mexican border of that borders Guatemala. This is where some of the invasion, so we're getting to the root on America's Voice, the root of where the invasion begins. I want to speak to the shootings that happened yesterday and what we're hearing from the Democrats. The reason we didn't go live yesterday was because of the attack we saw in El Paso. We didn't want to distract from that, the evil that was there. There is a connection between that attack and every other attack in America, and the connection, the correlation is evil. Evil is the problem, and it's the same evil. The sad thing is they go after, what are we hearing about now in the mainstream media and the left in America? It's all about guns, white supremacy, anti-immigration, all of this stuff, who this guy was. We're finding out, who knows if the information that we have on this guy is actually even accurate, but the bottom line is none of that matters. What matters is the evil that was in the guy's heart. There is no justification for shooting somebody, an innocent person. To be able to do that, shoot an innocent adult or child, that's evil. What people need to understand, let's go in the shade over here before the phone overheats. People need to understand is it's the same evil that justifies slaughtering babies in the womb. It's the same evil that justifies pedophilia and drag queen story hour in children's schools. It's the same evil that protects criminally illegal aliens who murder Americans and the cartel who murder Americans. It's the same evil. It's the same evil that justifies communism and socialism and ignores the millions killed under those policies. It's the same evil that's undermining America from within. Now, whether the guy was a white supremacist, a brown supremacist, a black supremacist, that was evil what he did. What we need to focus on is exposing the evil. We need God as the foundation. It's the same evil of removing God from schools. These people, the leftists in America, they blame guns, they blame all these things. It is the evil that they have invited into our country that is causing this. It's not the guns. It's not even radical ideology. Those radical ideologies come from a foundation of evil. If you set a good foundation, a biblical foundation, a God-centric foundation, you don't have that. Anyway, so that's my point, but we're down here. We want to expose this. We want to show. We're going to be spending some time. There's certain places we won't be able to go live from for security reasons. We're going to take you into Guatemala. We're going to go and meet some of the people that are behind this. We're going to go find the organizations that are behind this and show you what's happening.
Yeah, and that's the whole purpose of us going to Guatemala and show you guys actually how these people are living. And just to reinforce what Ben is saying, is the same evil. They're trying to make it an immigration issue. They forget about the evil, the 7,946 children trafficked in February, 8,916 trafficked in March, 11,507 trafficked in May, almost 30,000 children trafficked. They intend to forget about that evil, and they're not concentrated on this invasion. That is a huge problem right here in our country.
Right. The open borders leftists that support this invasion are supporting drug trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, child molestation, everything that comes along with it, dismembering of bodies, everything that comes along with it. So do me a favor right now, share this, and we're going to go check this out.
Yes. National Guard right there on the top. If you want to.
Yep. All right.
We got about probably. Hold on. Stop. Just wrap 20 Cameroon people. If you want to, just for everybody to know, they're just informing us right now that they just captured 20 Cameroon people right here in this port of entry, and another 20 Cameroon people on the other port of entry. So that makes a total of 40 Cameroon people. That is the problem that we're having right now in Tijuana. We had 300 people from Cameroon, and the number one subject right there is that there's a breakout of Ebola in Cameroon. So the other thing that I want to do right here, Ben, is see if they have a medical check center right here, because this is the place that they have what they need to have. So we see the National Guard right here.
Hola. Are they willing to speak?
Uh,
No. Okay.
They're just, let's go over here. 6, 7 soldiers from the National Guard right here. This is actually the route span to the river where they cross, as you see in the water rafts right there. You pay exactly the amount to cross from here. That's Guatemala right there. That is Guatemala. These are the water rafts. Every water raft fits around 20 people, give or take. And the cost is around 50 pesos. That is around $2.50. In quetzales, it's around 25 quetzales. The quetzal is more valuable than the peso, so that makes you think that the economy in Guatemala is way better than Mexico. And this is an everyday transit.
So the people that are crossing, do they? Who are they paying? Is the National Guard, like if somebody comes across, does the National Guard check them for identification?
Like what is happening right now is before the National Guard, there was nobody checking them, so they were crossing back and forth. So right now, what is happening is that now if they cross, we got a checkpoint right here of the National Guard. If they try to go in the city and they check for documents and they actually detain them, and if they don't have the proper documentation to come to Mexico, they will not let them in. The curious thing about this is that the continuous trafficking of goods and all this stuff that is happening, the trafficking of gasoline and all these things, they are not detaining that. So it's weird how, you know, all these trafficking of goods and gasoline and all these parts are not
So
getting
explain that,
taxed.
because people don't understand this.
Okay, so in this river,
Actually, before that,
Okay.
I want to touch on a couple things. We hear all the time that the people that are coming in to America illegally, requesting asylum, there's a whole bunch we can talk about. The fact that they're being taught to request asylum. In the past, they would always come and they would say, "Why are you coming?" And it was jobs. They were always coming for trabajo. And this is, now they're being trained to say asylum.
yeah.
And what I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, Oscar, there is an abundance of wealth opportunity here, both here on the southern border of Mexico
My God.
and in Guatemala. I haven't gone into Guatemala yet, but from what I'm hearing from Blue, there is an abundance of resources. It's a paradise. Where we're actually at it's a tropical paradise. And I'm driving around, I'm seeing some really beautiful houses. We're gonna take you to some places where we're staying, where, you know, big, beautiful houses behind walls with barbed wire, with broken glass on top to keep people out, with gates, with armed security that will determine if you can come in. And I'm seeing huge opportunity, nice, big, beautiful hotels. Now, obviously, then not everybody experiences that wealth. And so tell us, Oscar, why are so many people then coming across saying that there is no, you know, that they're fleeing, they're saying they're fleeing political persecution, but really they're coming for jobs. Why not stay here and look for opportunity here and make Guatemala better and make Mexico better?
That is the number one reason. Like, the economy in Guatemala is way better than Mexico, and the resources and the minerals they're abundant. Over here in Chiapas, in Tapachula specifically, the place that we're staying, resources and the place is beautiful. But the problem is that people are too lazy to work the land. They're not taught how to work the land, and they have this, and they have this dream about the only solution is America, and they're not fighting for their own land. They're not fighting for their own country. They're not fighting for their own resources. They're rich and they don't know it, man. They're rich and they don't know it, and they're fleeing away from Guatemala and from Tapachula, and you get to look at to see, like, there's wood, there's resources, there's minerals, there's fish, there's everything around it, and there's beautiful hotel areas, and they're really they're lazy. That is the number one thing. They're lazy. They just want easy money, easy welfare, easy, you know, America, like, you know, they need to take away all those privileges that they're giving all these people.
Those guys aren't lazy.
No.
Those-
But they're about to.
Are they taking that? The grain?
That's grain. Yeah, they're about to take it from Mexico to
Okay.
Guatemala.
So you were, and actually that was a segue.
Yeah.
So what is happening other than people coming across, illegals coming across? there's also a black market of trade down here.
Yes, a lot. And this is the number one thing. Like this, and they need to pay taxes for this. When you're crossing to from San Diego, if you're buying things from America, you go to customs and you pay a tax to whatever you're bringing to the country. Now these people are not paying taxes, they're not reporting anything, and they're just getting authorized right now by the National Guard to just transport it to Guatemala. This is a business, and it's not going to stop. There's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of business, and if you can imagine right now what is happening, imagine how many trafficking goes at night before the National Guard was here. And the last time that I was here, we witnessed the trafficking of gasoline. That is like humongous. They were trafficking gallons of gasoline from Guatemala to, that is stolen gasoline from Guatemala to Mexico.
So other than just people, and then assuming drugs as well and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah,
contraband, all kinds of.
all types of contraband.
So now we can take a raft across as well?
Yeah, and I don't know if this is the right place that we can stay. If you want to walk to the other side of
Yeah, let's go over there.
Vamos a caminar, Carlitos. Caminamos un poquito. Sí, caminamos para allá donde está el otro lugar para grabar, que ahí se me hace mejor.
And does Carlos want to say anything?
Carlos, que si quieres salir para decir algo. Saludos a toda la
Do a little intro for him?
Sí. Saludos, Carlos.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenos días desde la frontera sur de México, límite con Guatemala. Saludo a mi compañero que viene de Estados Unidos y mi amigo el Blue. Un gusto.
He's saying that, saying hi to everybody, that we're at the border of Guatemala, saying hi to Ben and saying hi to me, and saying that it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Just for everybody to know, Carlos is a 22-year journalist over here in Tapachula. He works for 3 newspapers and for 2 mainstream medias over here in Tapachula. He's a real experienced guy, and he's been fantastic with us. He's been treating us well, and he's about to take us to the other side, so we can record you guys and we can jump on the water raft, and Ben also can cross to Guatemala.
Hopefully I'm a good swimmer today. All right, let's go. Now, the only thing is we might lose the live going across, right?
Oh, yes. Immediately, last time, as soon as I got to Guatemala, the signal cuts off. The weird thing about this, Ben, if you want to change the view a little bit, half of the river is Mexico's property. Right. Half of the river is Guatemala. That is the weirdest thing, is that you don't have a division between 2 countries. So it's
the same thing in America with Mexico. The Rio Grande is the dividing line in a lot of places, and so halfway you don't actually cross the border until you go halfway across.
So it's actually okay.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. So but the point is we might lose the signal. If we do, we're gonna have to buy a SIM card in Guatemala, and we will be back with you.
Actually, you need to go on the shade so the phone won't be.
Yeah.
I will give you this side. So this is for everybody. Buenos días. For everybody, this is like water rafts. It's kind of like Venice, but
it's the Central American version of Venice.
So you see a guy right there, crossing, walking. But that's the thing that I wanted to do last time. But it's not that high. The tide is not that high.
So you can walk all the way across. Yeah, that's about as deep as it is.
Yeah. There's seasons where it's really strong. The river is moving really strong, so it's nearly impossible to walk through it.
Right.
So, but you can see that water raft. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on top of it, and there's you don't know who's on top of the water raft. That's the most amazing thing about this, that it is incredible that people go back and forth and you don't know who's coming back and forth. Like they just told us that 20 people from Cameroon that just got detained crossing in the water raft,
right,
and on the other port of entry. So,
and this is just one. And this is just one location. If you can walk, you guys can see the volcano in the background too. It's a pretty cool shot.
That's it, Bacana.
Yeah. This is just one location. So obviously, if somebody's trying to get across, if you can simply just walk across like this guy's doing, pulling the raft, there's a lot of other places they could go to cross without being caught.
The river is huge. It is real big. So we see more National Guard right here. That is right there.
Yep.
So this is really important for us to see.
Because the last time you were here, they weren't down.
There was not. And we have the customs right here from Mexican Customs. That is really important for everybody to see. That is the Inami.
So they're actually doing something.
They're actually, let's if you want to wait right here a little bit, so let's see how they're going to check.
Yeah.
sacarnos, ¿verdad? He's saying that it's okay to go. But right here, you know, it's like we don't, we're not allowed to give interviews to the National Guard. And so we see three departments right here. We see the National Guard. We see Inami, that is the INM, the woman that is wearing a white polo shirt and some khaki pants. And let's go. And the guy in blue is federal agent. So we got three departments right here. This is great. So they're about to check right here the documents. Gracias. Gracias. And they're just crossing right here. They're just crossing right here, and see how the Inami is pulling their documents. This is great, man. This is great footage right here. They're showing their ID to see if they have proper ID to cross to Mexico.
And so previously this was not occurring.
No, hell no. No, it was not occurring, nothing. They were just, you know, jump into the Mexican territory, and, you know, they were just crossing every day. So this is how the invasion started massively in October, prior to September. And you saw the water rafts was, you know, all full of them, all packed, every moment and every second. So you just saw eventually evidence about them being checked every ID. And the good thing about this is that three departments are right here.
So now they're assuming, you know, that's a very quick check, so they could easily have.
False documents.
Right.
But yeah, but you know.
But at least they're doing something.
Yes, and you know, but the Inami people are really prepared to check an ID, and they know if it is a falsificated ID or if it is a legit ID. So really, they're already accustomed to a certain you know, a certain tag that the ID has, and that way they can identify if it is a false or is a legit ID.
And do me a favor, y'all. So we're trying to cross-post this, but it looks like we're having some issues cross-posting. So if you can share the video, we're going to continue to. Looks like we may have some issues with being able to cross-post when we're in Mexico, is what my admin, aka Mark, is telling me. So do me a favor and share the video. I'm going to share it over to Frontline America right now. And if you'll share it to your pages and to your groups.
As you see, there's more people crossing from Mexico to Guatemala. The problem right here is it goes both ways, man. Because in Guatemala, they're not searching over there.
So what are the people going from Mexico into Guatemala?
Just to buy what is the most best market, that is onions and tomatoes. They have a lot of them over there, and also gas.
So similar to what we have at our border, there's a lot of commerce between the borders.
A lot. That's why it's not. This is not stopping. This is a multi-million industry on a water raft. Really, it is. But the most weirdest thing is that we have security on this side, but the Guatemala government is not doing anything on the other side. So easily you can get, you know, a guy that really has a really bad criminal record over here in Mexico, fleeing to Guatemala, and you don't have nobody over there to check it. So this
is the thing that we have all through Central America, South America, is we have crimes occurring all over the place, and then it's just an easy way, especially with the migration pact, where anybody can pretty much move anywhere, and
without being checked.
Right. So they're obviously not doing background checks on anybody.
No, obviously not. But it's like for me it's a start. You know, for me it's a start. It's better than what we and it's things.
Money runs around, is it?
No, I believe not. For me it's a start, and it's thanks and it's all thank you to the President of the United States. Why? Because of the 5% tariff that he was trying to apply, and immediately the Canciller Marcelo Ebrard took matters because, you know, Pompeo told him, you need to do this, and immediately he did this, and he put I don't know. They told it 6,000. It was going to be the amount. I don't see 6,000. Probably it's across 6,000 across the whole Tapachula.
Originally, we
Chiapas
heard
state.
15,000.
Yeah. So
But
it's a start. It's a start. It's a start. It's a working process, and probably in the future we will get this controlled. Do you want to walk a little bit further?
Yeah,
over
I
there?
do. I want to make one more comment. So in regards to, we talked about this when we started the video, the shootings yesterday, and then the one in Ohio. So we had the El Paso, and the left is coming out, and it is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but I'll tell you this: there are a lot of Democrats that are happy with what happened yesterday because it fits right into their narrative to push this idea that white supremacy is the problem, guns are the problem. It's all fits right into their agenda. We need to focus on the evil that is behind it, and focus on the evil that is behind the globalism in the world, the George Soroses of the world, those that are trying to undermine national sovereignty, those that are pushing for communism and socialism over free market, constitutional republics. And does he need my ID?
No, it's okay. They're just registering your.
Yeah. So we've got to focus on the evil. Do not let the left distract you. Think about this. Yesterday there was a shooting, and it's tragic, and I feel for the families that were killed. And the guy who did it, I wish he would have been shot, honestly. Like, letting a scumbag, evil person, to be able to shoot somebody in the face, point blank, I can't understand that level of evil. But that happens every single night in Juarez, right across the border. The death toll that we have in lawless countries and lawless cities in Mexico, Central America, South America.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
and we
every day.
Tijuana, 20 people dying in a night is not uncommon. But yet in America, that happens, and all of a sudden it's guns are the problem, and white nationalists are the problem, which, again, I reject white supremacy. Anybody who thinks they're better than anybody else because of the color of their skin, I reject them. Anybody who kills innocent people, I reject them. That's why I support the death penalty. This guy absolutely deserves the death penalty. I wish he would have got it yesterday.
Yeah.
The fact that they're ignoring the evil behind it, they're ignoring the evil that they've invited into our country by removing God from our schools, by removing God from our government and places of business. This idea of separation of church and state, which was only implemented in 1962, there was never, our founders never had an intention of removing God from our society. The left has done that. The left has invited evil into our country. That's why we don't have prayer in school, but we have drag queen story hour. That's why, that's why we're okay with murdering babies in the womb and outside of the womb. That's why we protect criminally illegal aliens.
It's playing evil.
It's evil. It's all, the bottom line on all of this is evil. We must defeat evil. And the same goes for lawlessness. What really irritates me is when you have people in America try to use the Bible. Oh, well, Jesus was an immigrant. Oh, blah, blah, blah. God created nations. God created the rule of law. God supports following the rule of law. God never said break the law.
Boundaries at that
Right.
time also, man.
Right.
So,
And he wasn't illegal. He was going there for the census.
Exactly.
Anyway, so to not get into that, anybody who keeps pushing this nonsense, it's time to reject their premise and continue to expose them. They're going to keep pushing this. We saw Robert Francis O'Rourke with his "We've got to come together."
He even did a segment
Did you
talking
see?
Spanish.
Yeah, and he was speaking Spanish. But did you see the smirk on his face? I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
these guys are happy. The Democrats, when this kind of stuff happens, all they see it as is an opportunity to continue to push their narrative.
Yes. Exactly.
And it's critical that we expose them for who they are, the fact that they're behind it. All right, let's
move.
Yeah, let's come check out. I mean, it's kind of cool. Gracias. Gracias. So we got a little side economy down here. Yep.
So that's the migrant bus right there.
Right, that was when we saw.
Car, yeah.
So when we first got here, you didn't see it on the live, but this is basically it's the Border Patrol of Mexico.
Yes. and they detain around.
So are you saying Mexicans are racist
Yeah,
because they have border patrol?
yeah, they border patrol.
Okay.
So they detain around 20 of them. That's the maximum capacity that this kind of things have.
Right. So when we were pulling up, that thing was packed. They had a van
Yeah.
packed, and those were the ones that they said were from Cameroon.
Yes, no. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, yes. And they detain around 20 of them. The unit is already back. As you see right here, the National Guard is stationed right here to my left. And, you know, we can show you how the water rafts right here are. And we're about to, I don't know if you want to cross.
Yeah, let's cross.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Carlos, vamos para allá.
This is the other thing. So in America, it's racist to have border patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, most border patrol, I think it's over 50%, are Hispanic.
Yes.
Yeah, that just love this country. Don't let the left deceive you. A large number, I don't know if it's the majority, but a large number of legal immigrants are vehemently opposed to illegal immigration. And they are some of the hardest core people that I know against illegal immigration because they had to go through the process. And the same thing, you have border patrol agents who are Hispanic, Latino, Americans. They're just Americans, but their ancestry. They're anti-illegal alien, they're anti-illegal immigration, they're pro-rule of law because they had to do it the right way and they see the consequences. They see, I don't know if Carlos can speak to this. So we were told yesterday, I want to talk about this.
And like, last week I was at a breach point over there in Tijuana, and there was a border patrol.
Let's turn this way so we have
I was at
the water in the background.
a breach point in Tijuana, and there was a border patrol. He was exactly almost like Ben's height, Hispanic. And we shook hands, on the limit of the border. But the majority of the border patrol are Hispanic. So
Right.
they defend the United States of America.
So let's get Carlos. I want to
Yeah.
have him.
¿Qué quieres venir?
So yesterday we were told, this is one of those things, we're going to the shelter. We got a tour of the shelter. We're going to be showing you some of the footage from yesterday. And what we were told, this is really interesting, was that the shelter actually, they're pushing for more migration. They're pushing for more illegal immigration.
Dice que lo que fue lo que más impresionante ayer que fuimos al albergue de Jesús, Buen Pastor, que lo más impresionante es la narrativa de que están empujando a que se haga más migración.
And it was that organization, the Migrate, but basically what it comes down to is the more illegal immigration they have, the more money they get. And there's this idea, the mindset that you have a right to cross illegally.
Sí, dice que,
Or that you have a right to migrate.
sí, que aparentemente que las organizaciones empujan a que migren más, y no solamente eso, sino que la idea de ellos, de la ideología de tengo el derecho de migrar, ¿no? Cualquier parte.
But then Carlos was talking about the actual impacts and to his own community.
Sí, y dice que estabas tú hablando de actualmente el impacto que esto ha pasado a Tapachula y cómo le ha afectado a Chiapas.
Efectivamente, hay algo muy importante que en los propios países como Honduras, El Salvador, habían formado grupos en redes sociales para captar personas y que continúen. Se tenía previsto la entrada el 2 de agosto de una nueva caravana, sin embargo no tuvo éxito porque no los dejaban salir de Honduras.
Actually, he's saying that there was a new caravan coming on the 2nd of August, and this caravan then the 2nd of August, it was getting organized in Honduras on social media, but it got dismantled because of this, all the protection that is right here on the entrance through the Suchate River.
So have him speak to the impacts that this has
¿Qué
had.
impacto ha tenido esto en
From
todo
before
esto?
he saw this and when it started to what he sees now.
Antes antes de que empezara, ahora que ya está empezando y ahora que ya está un poquito ya más o menos controlado.
El detalle aquí con los centroamericanos es de que, de acuerdo a lo que nosotros tenemos como reporteros de esta región, es de que de los 100 delitos que se cometen en la región del Soconusco, el 75% son cometidos por
He's
centroamericanos.
saying that, the problem right here with this area in Tapachula is that 100 crimes that they are committed in Tapachula, 75 of the 100 are from Central America. ¿Y qué tanto ustedes ha bajado después de la Guardia Nacional. It has decreased after the National Guard.
Disminuyó la presencia de centroamericanos en la región, más no de Bangladesh, de Camerún. Ahorita acaban de asegurar a 10 cameruneses que intentaron ingresar de manera irregular o ilegal a tercer
It says that it has decreased on the migration from Central America, that is the three countries, Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, but it has increased on the migration when it comes to people from Cameroon, Bangladesh, and countries from the Middle East.
So we're getting a lot of Middle Eastern Islamic country migration now as well.
Dice que están teniendo mucha migración de países islámicos y africanos.
Efectivamente, en Tapachula, ayer pudimos ver en el albergue alrededor de unos 50 africanos de Camerún.
They say that on the shelter that we were visiting yesterday, we saw apparently the amount of 50 of migrants from Cameroon.
Camerún, de África,
all across Africa, Cubans, and Bangladesh people.
So basically this has become, and we're asking them, how are they hearing about this? And we're hearing the same story. Oh, I just came by myself. I just heard about it by myself. And that's part of the reason we're down here. We've heard from many different people that there are actually advertisements, people, and what we were told yesterday was a lot of it's through social media. So we have groups like Pueblo Sin Fronteras who are inviting people to come down here and telling them, this is what you do, this is what you say, this is where you meet, and we'll come over here and we'll join the caravan and all that. But we're also starting to see a little bit of a crackdown on them too, right? Pueblo Sin Fronteras.
Dice que está,
And just so people know, Pueblo Sin Fronteras is an American-based nonprofit based out of Chicago, whose goal is to undermine American rule of law and American sovereignty. It's actually helped run by an illegal alien, Elvira Arellano, who's been protected by a stay of deportation in America, but it's down here in Mexico. Their main hub in Mexico is in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Estaba preguntándome que básicamente pues hay organizaciones muy grandes como Pueblos Sin Fronteras que han venido a causar un poquito más de problemas con características como Irene Mujica, que ha sido un personaje que ha organizado aquí mucho, y cómo eso ha afectado a Pueblos Sin Fronteras y esas organizaciones aquí.
Irene Mujica tiene un proceso legal, fue asegurado o detenido hace aproximadamente como 20 días.
¿Lo viste tú aquí?
Sí, estuvo detenido, llevó aquí el proceso. Lamentablemente o por fortuna de él, el juez le dictaminó libertad y va a llevar el juicio fuera de. Se siguen las investigaciones. Él fue denunciado por un grupo de personas de Honduras por haberles pedido dinero para llevarlos al centro del país.
He's saying that basically, Irene Mujica, as everybody knows, he's the main, organizer.
Say it slower so people.
Irineo Mujica is the #1 organizer in Pueblos Sin Fronteras. He was detained
in Mexico.
Yeah, it was, and also in the United States. He's, he can go to both countries apparently, and he's pretty much, he was detained for trafficking of people. He got released. But the #1 priority thing, and the #1 the concern that he's saying is that he's coming back and forth. He's trafficking people. The organization is not detained. He's been affecting the city and Tapachula. Also, I want to add that before that there was a guy that came over here that it was offering people 500 pesos just to lead them to the other part of the city. So they are extortioning people, and Irene Mujica was detained because Honduras people, told the authorities that he was stealing money from them to be in traffic to the United States.
And this is so these organizations, El Otro Lado, Pueblo Sin Fronteras, they're making their money on telling people that they're helping with immigrants, but really what they're doing is just trafficking people.
Lo que está diciendo es de que básicamente Pueblos Sin Fronteras, estas organizaciones están diciéndole al mundo que están ayudando a los migrantes, pero están haciendo un dinero.
Sí, efectivamente, están cobrando. Incluso hay ciertos líderes que salen de Tapachula y que para hacer los trámites en Tapachula les estaban cobrando entre 500, 700 y 900 dólares para iniciar el procedimiento del pase de salida que le llaman a los jóvenes.
Okay, he's adding that not only that, they were undermining the process, and they were asking for between $500, $700, $800, and $900 for the paperwork, for the initiative of the process, so they can go and transit to America more quickly. So this is an organization, Ben, from the United States that is in Mexico.
They're extorting people.
They're extortioning people, that they're coming migrating with this amount of money, man. $500, $600, $700, $800 to $900.
So really, this group that's saying that they're trying to protect immigrants is down here taking advantage and exploiting.
It's a smoke screen. Really, it is. It's a smoke screen. And well, if you want, let's just cross.
All right, guys. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna go across on the raft. So come on with us. Yes.
If you want to keep in line with that, then I will change right now to quetzales. I'm gonna change the money to quetzales.
Okay.
So we can pay the.
Oh, so you actually have to pay them in Guatemala now?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, take, use mine.
No.
Or I'll pay them. Okay. All right, guys. So again, this is we wanted to bring you down here. We're gonna head over to Guatemala in just a second. We're gonna have to transfer or change our money into what is the?
He's going to go and change money. He has to go over there.
All right.
If you want to keep,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go over there and see how they are moving more goods on that side.
And you can see the bridge. Was this the bridge you were telling me about? Now this is the bridge behind.
Oh yeah.
Is this so? In the distance there, is this where we saw the? They were trying to break down some of the caravans, trying to break through.
Yeah, we are going to cross back. As soon as we cross on the water raft, we're going to go around the whole Guatemala. This spot right here. We're going to go around, and then we're going to cross back that bridge. That is the Suchate Bridge, the bridge that it was invaded by more than 80,000 migrants. The one that it was harshly treated, and they threw rocks and sticks to our federal officers. They damaged some federal officers. They killed one federal officer in that bridge on the first caravan.
Wait, the peaceful migrants that are trying to escape violence,
the ones that they're suffering. Yes, yes, the first caravan that assassinated one federal agent. He some kind of a torpedo or something like that, I don't know, firework landed on his head and exploded. And
gosh, I never even heard about that in America. I heard about the attack, but I never heard that.
Oh no, they keep it away. They don't want Americans, they don't want the United States to know. As we were talking to migrants yesterday on this particular shelter, and we were explaining to them that there's 3% of possibility to get the political asylum, and they don't care. They still want to go, and there's no stopping to that. That is the number one thing that is preoccupying about this. So you see a lot of capitalism. You see a lot of this on this side, Ben. You see a lot of mom and pop businesses.
Right.
This is what they live off, and the rumor is, and it's a big speculation. I'm assuring 100%, 1,000%, that the governor of Tapachula is getting a lot of money because of this. Every water raft they have more than 2,000 workers on the water rafts, and one day is people from Guatemala and one day is people from Mexico. So they work the water rafts. So you can imagine if they get 20 people in there, they make like 1,000 pesos for just going from here to there. So imagine how much money they're making every day. And this
are these union organized?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. It sounds funny, but somebody must own the water raft.
Right. So I couldn't. So if I wanted to, I couldn't just bring my 2 big inner tubes and.
Oh no! You will get no. You can't. You're gonna get into a lot of trouble with that.
Because I'm thinking side business. We just come down here and start renting. Maybe put a little motor on the back of the raft. I'll say we get you there in half the time.
Go with the American guy. He goes much faster.
I go faster. Yeah, I'm thinking, man, capitalism here.
Yeah, this is the thing, and as you can see across the whole river, there's more than I can count them right now. There's 3, 6, 7, 8. Amore mio, and even you can see the lady right there laying down real comfortably on the water raft.
Yeah.
Ready to go back. And they try to fill the water raft as much as possible, so they can get a good price. This kind of people are the ones that they help to cross the water raft, and they're having problems with the tide.
Right.
So they're the ones
current's too much.
Yeah, the current is too much. So
we got that one back there is full. Man, that's full. Those inner tubes are.
That's what I'm telling you about the tomato.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that commerce going back and forth. Last time I was filming, there's another one that they're packing right there. I don't know with what. And you don't. This is the thing, man. That how can you assure yourself that there's nothing in them?
Right. So there's nobody checking.
No, there's no X-ray like in America that you go through an X-ray when you're going through customs. There's nothing. So this eventually is not only going to Mexico, but it's coming to Guatemala. It's going to America. You know, it's going to the United States. It's going up to the United States.
Right.
So these water rafts, you know, there's this. It's just commerce going back and forth.
Well, and it goes back to this idea that when we were speaking to the guy from the church yesterday, and God bless him, some of there are legitimate people that want to help people at the
Jesús el Buen Pastor.
yeah,
Shelter.
the shelters. So there's a lot of shelters in Mexico that were started with legitimate reasons. He was saying that they started because the people that were riding on the trains would fall off the trains, get mutilated.
Yeah.
And it started with 80 people there, and they just wanted to help them doing Christ's work. Totally get it. Like there's good people. The problem is when money gets involved with it, and you see that in just about everything. Now it's become business, where it's the more people we get, the more illegal immigrants we have coming across, the more money we get. And then that mindset, and he said this yesterday, people have the right to migrate.
Yeah.
Well, that means people have the right to steal and to take your resources and to commit crimes. And that's what we're talking to Carlos about. You know, Carlos is a lifelong resident of Tapachula. And he said crime has increased like 90%.
75%.
75%, and 90% of it is
it's,
the illegals.
Yeah, it's like out of every 100 crimes in Tapachula, 75% of them are from people from Central America. And since the caravan started, it has increased from 50% to 75%, and it was going up to 90% in violence in really important parts in Tapachula.
And this goes back to, well, everyone has the right to migrate. Well, that's like saying everyone has the right to come into my house.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
no,
violate,
of course not.
and Violate,
Yes.
and violate the law.
And violate the law, break the law, steal
Yeah.
my property, assault, whatever. It's just, this is the mindset that the left, the globalists in America and around the world want you to have to accept, and I reject it. I completely flat out reject it.
Yes, there needs to be boundaries. There needs to be laws. This needs to change right here for the sovereignty of Mexico and for the sovereignty of our country. The water raft got stuck, Ben.
Oh, is it?
It was too much.
Oh my gosh,
They're
it's on
carrying.
the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's flip this around. It looks like he.
I think that.
He's got it going now.
Yeah. It's
I think
so
they're asking
packed.
for help.
Yeah, but that's like, how much you can cross every day.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And as we were, going through Tapachula today,
Now-
there's a lot of.
Now, real
go
quick
ahead.
though, I've noticed a couple rafts come back across,
Yeah.
and the immigration, the customs person hasn't done any. We saw them when we first came, but this is another group that just came across.
And I don't know why they're not doing their job. They're supposed to be checking every person going back and forth like this group right here. And the immigration. Oh, we see
Here
the
she is.
immigration.
Is she
Okay,
coming?
She's coming over here.
Okay.
Apparently, they see them and they're going to screen them. As
Okay,
we're
here she
seeing
comes.
right here.
Hey, this is good. That
We're
worked.
all over the place.
All three branches.
And it helps a lot that we're recording.
Yeah.
So we're pushing them to do their job, as we are seeing right here, National Guard, federal agents asking for the ID so they can go back and forth. They already checked the ID right there. And that is horrible checking. I will tell you right now. That is just horrible checking.
I mean, that was like a split second.
Yeah.
Look at. Do you have? Are you holding something in front of my face?
Why are you not pat searching these people? That is...
Right. So we're not checking to see
No,
anything that's
no,
coming in.
no. And the other thing that I wanted to evidence and expose to everybody is the diseases that are coming. You got you got a breakout of dengue in Honduras right now that is huge. There's a massive infestation of dengue.
Dengue fever sounds like something that we would hear about back in the 1800s.
Yeah. And and also you got these virus, mucus slash fungus slash pneumonia that is going on over there in Tijuana. That it came with the caravan, and also you got the Ebola breakout, and also all other diseases from these people from Cameroon. I don't see the health department right here.
Right.
The health department needs to be with the NAMI, with the National Guard, with the federal agents to screen them and to check them to see if they're bringing diseases into our country, because that is going to be another issue and another problem.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for Carlos right here, Ben, so we can bring the cash.
Okay.
I don't know if he went to the other side of the country or something like that. But yes, this is pretty much it regarding this place. The thing that is really amazing me right now is they're not screening them as they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We need-
Well, that's one of those things too. If you bring it up in America, somehow you're a bad person. But we should absolutely be checking. We have third world diseases coming into our countries, and not just America, Mexico. Like you said, these are diseases that haven't existed in Mexico.
No,
and now they're coming in. Dengue fever, Ebola, like that's.
Just like exactly the past caravan that it was in Tijuana,
Yeah.
that it was so amazing. They were living at a baseball field, but you had 18 people with tuberculosis running around living with people, and you had 4 people with AIDS inside that particular part. So how can you have those people? How those people got all the way from here, all the way to the north? They're supposed to be checked right here immediately, so they won't.
And then you bring that, and then somebody dies. And then they blame America.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're coming over with terminal diseases. They die in American custody, and then all of a sudden it's America's fault.
You see another
We got another.
right
We got another one coming here. We'll see how they check them.
There's 3, 6, 9 people in that water raft. That is only one woman. And
Right. That's the other thing. They always say it's women and children. Now again, these could be people just coming over for the day.
Oh yeah, but they need to be screened. This needs to happen, people. It's so different. It's so a shock for me that I live in Tijuana that to cross to the United States really is so difficult to cross to the United States because you got customs, you got border patrol, you got the National Guard, you got the Marines over there to check you, screen you, first inspection, second inspection, everything, passport, visa, permit, whatever it is. And right here we just see this really bad screening that I'm watching right now from the from the National Guard that is not working for me, and it's not it's not giving me a thumbs up.
Well, if you did this in America, you'd be arrested simply for not going through the proper port of entry.
Exactly, yes, and that needs to happen over here. And the most amazing thing is that we were talking about it right now. The river is just half and half. So we're supposed to have, an entrance where they're supposed to go through, and the entrance is that one, Ben. Is the bridge.
So that is where legally, that's the legal port of entry across the bridge.
That is where they're supposed to be, crossing all the goods and
Right.
everything, so they can report their taxes. So we're about to see again right here, and let's see this cheap screening that I'm watching. It's not the.
Thank you, Roseanne. Thank you for sharing.
It's not the National Guard's fault. I see more the INAMI agent showing the ID is not checking that. And it's really, I'm about to ask her as soon as we come back, why they're doing that. Like that
She didn't even look.
Like that.
So basically, if you have anything,
Yeah, you can make a false ID that you're from Guatemala.
I mean, it was basically, do you have a piece of plastic in your hand?
And that is bad.
Let me ask you, Blue, how hard would it be to just have somebody on this side with
I don't like it, man, at all.
10 documents, and then as soon as that group comes across, they just take those documents, they send them back across, and then hand it to the next group that comes across?
It's easy. We have seen it in social media. We have seen it in WhatsApp groups from the new caravan that they try to bring, and they were showing actual, documentation that they can, falsify and make.
Oh, it's so easy. Well, not even that. If you just have 10 of them, like the way she was looking at it, this is what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
So this is
Like,
the worst screening
so you
that
can
I've
have,
seen.
so you can just have people. So really, but like you said, at least there's the appearance of something going
but
on
they're
here.
lying. Okay, this started because of the President of the United States, the only guy that is defending against this, started pressuring Mexico to defend and to protect the sovereignty, not only of Mexico, he's barging for Mexico, but he's barging for his own country. So right now, again, they're lying to us at the border because this eventually hits the border, inevitably is going to hit us, and ultimately it's going to go to the United States. So they're lying. Again, they're lying to everybody up in the north that they're screening them well, and they're doing the great job on protecting. I just see an ID pull out, and how can you just know that this guy doesn't have a criminal record, that this guy,
That
that idea is
even
legit.
his,
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't have an X-ray or something like that.
I mean,
And
I saw one of them. It was handed to her upside down, so you couldn't even see the picture. And she's like, okay.
Okay, so that's great. So no picture at all. So wow. So this is really in the most that is a thing that we just found out. But the thing that I was looking for, man, is that right now we have a bunch of diseases. And I don't see the health department. There's health departments in shelters, but they're not supposed to be over there. They're supposed to be over here because a lot of these migrants have money to pay hotels. So why, what happens if a migrant is sick and he
Let's talk
goes to a
about
private
that.
hotel?
All right. As we're waiting for Carlos, this is one of those things too. So we're told by Democrats, the left in America, the open borders, anti-American leftists in America, that these people are destitute, they are fleeing for their lives, they have nothing. And some of them even will come out and admit, well, they just want to come for a job, and who are we to tell them to stop? I mean, I get told that all the time, that they just have a right to be here. How much does it cost, Oscar, to get from Guatemala to the U.S.?
I had a couple of cases that I did an investigation over there in the Agape shelter, and what I heard, they were charging, a coyote they're charging, and they're extortioning these migrants. They're charging between $5,500 to $8,800. So we're good? ¿Estamos bien?
So
Llévate nada más para pagar. Tú cargas los quetzales. O tú, ¿sí, no? ¿Tú los cargas? ¿Sí? Sí. So they charging that amount of money.
So 5,500 to 8,000.
Yeah, and
Hang on. So you're talking about people who are saying they have nothing.
Yeah.
They have no opportunities, but they have potentially $8,000.
Yeah.
Which would last you 2 years.
Yeah.
Living here?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah. And the question right here that I ask is, a lot of people are saying, like, where did they get the money? But before that, you need to ask, what do you do for a living? Because if you're an architect or you're something like that, you're not even going to make that amount of money a year. So how can a farmer afford $5,500 as a loan? How can they get a loan like that? So it's a lie what they're saying. And not only that, the coyotes take advantage of them. They take the money. They tell them, hey, when they're in the port of entry, just lift your hands and say asylum, and they're gonna give it to you. They lift their hands, they get arrested, and they return them back with they just got jacked with $5,500, and now they blame America because, oh my God, they told me that I was gonna go in. It's not my fault that you have $5,500 stolen from you.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing.
All right,
so
you ready?
Let us go across.
All right, guys, we're going to cross over the river. Pray us blessing. Don't wish us luck, because luck doesn't do anything.
I got the Moses right here.
Yeah, yes. Oh, we might part the sea. Oh, by the way, when you come to Mexico, be prepared. I have my tripod with us. Had to pay, we couldn't pack this. We had to pay $15 to have it wrapped. We're trying to part the Red Sea. It's not working yet. Anyways.
So it's 10 quetzales for each and one of us. That is around 100 pesos per cada uno? No. 40 pesos? 50, no?
Is this our raft or is he?
30 pesos.
This 30 pesos for each and one of us, so that's
Okay.
around $2 and less than $2.
Okay.
Around $2 like that to cross.
So this one we're riding?
I don't know which one we're running. Yeah, that one.
All right.
So
You
we
wanna
got
videotape me jumping on there?
So we
See if I fall?
got a really young guy. So you're good. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to be the Venice guy, Ben. Amor mío. We see Ben right here getting on the water raft. Right here, we see him.
All right, y'all. Yeah, there's definitely sizes. All right, we're heading across now. Again, if
Stand.
back over here.
Yeah, like open your legs.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm good, dude. I'm balanced. I'm a snowboarder. Come on now. Come on now.
Nos sentamos mejor.
Hey, this guy had a smile. Is he gonna try to knock us off?
Let us sit down because he's saying the shower is for free, man. So
The shower's free.
so you want to flip the camera over there, Ben?
Yeah.
Sit down, Ben.
Wait.
Tell them to sit down.
Who?
Yeah, this guy.
Why?
I mean, I don't know.
I got good balance.
se quiere parar, entonces se para.
It's okay? Okay.
Listen, he's saying that you might fall. But
Okay.
if you fall, it's your fault.
It's okay.
So we
Understood.
We got the National Guard over there on the right bend.
Yep.
Put it. We got more agents, but the screening process.
Vamos, señores. Venga de.
All right, we got. All right, we're about to go, y'all. Hang on, is that? Okay, let's.
Actually, Ben, you know, this is a story you want to cover.
Yeah.
He went to in the caravan through Arizona and he got deported.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's he originally from?
¿Sí? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De Guatemala? He's from Guatemala. So he actually, you know, got deported and he.
What would he tell?
¿Por dónde te cruzaste?
Altar Sonora,
¿Pero por dónde? ¿Por el puerto de entrada o por el cerro?
no por el cerro.
So he crossed it illegally through the mountain.
So did he?
He got caught.
What would he recommend to people that are considering it?
¿Y qué le recomiendas a la gente que está ahorita quieren ir para allá?
Pues le echen ganas.
He's saying that go for it and make the more to it. You know, try to go for it.
When he went, were there advertisements? How did he know about it?
Como cuando te fuiste para allá, ¿cómo te dijeron? Por redes sociales, hay mucha publicidad.
Like, how did he find out about the caravan?
Sí, hay admiración.
Publicidad en Guatemala, de que te vayas en la caravana hay mucha.
Yo no me fui en caravana.
No, te fuiste solo. He's saying that he went alone, not in the caravan, and there was no publicity, but he went alone in the caravan.
Does he see any like or invitations?
¿Has visto publicidad en Guatemala? ¿De eso de la caravana?
Sí, bastante.
¿Dónde?
Allí en el centro de Tecún,
¿Hay mucha?
sí,
¿Cómo qué?
Inmigrante.
Pero publicidad así, o sea, periódicos y... No, he's saying that no.
He hasn't seen anything.
No.
Okay.
So I'm sweating, man, right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little hot.
This is the humid weather that I was talking to you about.
Scoot over. Watch your hand. Watch your legs. Ooh.
Sizes them right there.
Yeah, sizes him. Almost knocked your sizes him.
You got three guys right here that just want to stand. You got a midget right here sitting down.
Hopefully you have your documentation with you.
Oh no, yes, I got it.
Okay.
I got an idea that I'm gonna show all the
Yeah.
way around.
Just show the back of it.
Yeah, show the back of it.
All right, we're on our way. So again, if we lose the feed, we'll come back to you. We got to get a SIM card in Guatemala. There we go. These guys, a little battle.
Noah's Ark is probably kind of like this, man.
Except for they had animals.
Yeah. Look at
You got to get your biblical stories down.
yeah.
Ask him if he sings songs.
Esta es
Say,
una canción, dice como si estuviéramos en Venecia, en Italia. Y vamos.
say we pay extra.
Cuando vienes de allá para acá te mandan en el autobús, te dicen 3 veces mojado la
Madre, oh madre.
de Vicente Fernández.
It says that when you're coming from the United States over here, it says they put the wetbacks on.
No me cierra jales.
Oh my God, man.
Where are all these guys from?
¿Dónde está? Tapachula.
Just coming over to.
Vienen a comprar cosillas.
No, yo voy aquí a ver a mi hija.
She's going to see. He's going to see her, his daughter.
Cool.
Sí, pero es que les mienten. Les dicen que está fácil, que todo va a ser fácil.
Ahora van a dar visa, va.
¿Eh?
Van a dar visa.
¿Para qué?
Así como nosotros los fines.
No, hombre, no están dando nada. Le están mintiendo. Cuando llegas a Tijuana, no hay pase a Estados Unidos.
No, pero el presidente acabo de venir de Tijuana ahorita.
Thank you, Arg.
El presidente de nosotros aquí de Guatemala firmó la visa
Para que ustedes crucen de dónde a dónde.
para Estados Unidos.
No, hombre, no, te están mintiendo, ¿ya ves?
Por eso ahí hay un montón de gente que vino a hacer huelga, a tapar carreteras.
Sí, no, eso es una mentira. Porque llegas a Estados Unidos y el 3% de posibilidades te dan para obtener el asilo político. Entonces mucha gente está siendo deportada. Es una mentira. Eso te lo estoy diciendo de todo corazón, para que sepan.
What are you saying?
I'm telling them basically that it's a lie, that they are giving them, he's saying that they're giving them visas over there in Guatemala and the permit to go to the United States. The governor of right here at Tacon, right here crossing, is saying that, you know, they came to an agreement, and they're telling everybody that it's okay to migrate to, that is the kind of advertisement that you're talking about, man. They're telling them that it's okay to migrate to the United States, and I'm telling them that it's a lie.
Right.
There's only 3% chance of possibility to get political asylum, so I think he's kind of surprised right now.
Right. So that's what we're talking about. So he's saying the governor was saying that.
¿Quién está dando eso de las visas? ¿Quién dijo? ¿El gobernador de Cumán o qué?
Supuestamente tuvieron una plática con
Ya sea sí, no, la plática fue para detener a los migrantes para que no estén cruzando, ya ves que pusieron la Guardia Nacional, para eso fue la plática, no para las visas. This is the misinformation, man, that they're telling them that the governor from Guatemala, from one place in Guatemala right here, and they had a talk with the president of the United States, and that they told them that it was okay to migrate. So this is the misinformation that they're giving them. This is why there's a problem. There's a lot of bad information.
Right. So we're halfway across. We still have a feed as of right now.
Apparently it gets cut off as soon as we're right there in that little mountain, man.
Okay. Now, does your Guatemalan SIM card not work in Mexico?
The Guatemala SIM card, no.
Okay. I was gonna,
Pues sí, pero sale como 100 mil millones de pesos. Pues su madre, pinche internet se lo come rápido.
Es que ese es de
iPhone.
y aquí el iPhone por 20 que sale está un minuto en
so this is, you can see the current gets up a little faster right here.
Yeah, that's why he's having a little bit of trouble right here. We got a strong young man right here.
Yeah, he's working. He's making.
Imagine it cuando se pone fuerte la corriente aquí, ¿cómo está?
cuando se pone fuerte.
Ah, no, sube a la galera.
Tampoco sé. ¿Se ha ahogado mucha gente aquí?
Oh, sí.
A lot of people have drowned here when the current goes up.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Trying to cross to the other side.
Do a lot of people try to cross without the boats? Or do the boats flip?
Mucha gente que está ahogado sin enfrentar los botes.
Ah, despegan. Ahí está.
Yeah, he's saying that this the water boats, water rafts explode with the current, and a lot of them, you know, they try to swim across after the water raft explodes.
So this is Guatemala, y'all.
So you're in Guatemala now, man.
Yeah, we're in Guatemala.
So if nobody asks you for your passport, let me just ask you for the passport, just to make it fun.
Yeah. You have no authority.
Just give me the authority for just 1 second.
I think the guy, our raft driver who got deported should have the authority.
Yeah.
Just like Americans should have the authority, citizens should have the
Knowing
authority.
that he went to your country, so he's
Yeah.
going to ask you now with your ID. Interviews, the yellow man.
Ahí puede entrevistarme y todo eso.
So you can see what we're talking about the trash too. This could easily be Baltimore, just from the amount of trash right there.
No, el martes va a ser.
¿El martes en dónde? Martes. They're saying on Tuesday, man. The caravan's coming on Tuesday.
The caravan's coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's in from Honduras or Guatemala.
Yeah, from Central America.
So that's when they're expecting it.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay.
So we're gonna be here on Tuesday.
All right, stay tuned, guys. So we just got word. The caravan, the next caravan.
One by one, man.
Yep.
Hold on.
The caravan is going to be, next caravan is going to be coming on Tuesday. You want to help up, bro? You got some weight behind you. So stay tuned on Tuesday. All right. Well, we still have service as of right now.
Welcome to Guatemala, Ben.
Welcome to Guatemala. Thank you.
So,
Where's the-
you're in Guatemala, Ben,
Yep.
now. It's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. So I just have the right to migrate?
You just have the right to
Do I have the
migrate.
right to just take stuff?
Yeah, and you have the right to do whatever violent thing over here, and then cross back. And your ID, you can show it,
Right,
you know,
upside down.
upside down, and then you will actually be on the other side of the country.
Okay.
So this is how easy it is, people, and it's still easy. The problem is that I was telling you guys that we're not getting no.
Is Carlos taking care of that?
Yeah. I already gave him Gonzalez.
Okay.
The thing is that we're not getting. The Guatemala government is not doing anything about it over here. Like, we are doing something over there that is a smokescreen what we're doing, but you know, we got authorities. But over here, there's nobody. There's nobody right here. That's the problem. No authorities, no customs, no borders, no nothing in two countries.
Right. And that's why we have people coming in. They said they're flying into Brazil
Yeah.
and to.
We're getting some bad signal.
No, we're good so far.
Yeah.
Bianca. So Bianca asked a question. So who is paying for the caravan's expenses? So this is one of those things. That's kind of a deep question. The leftist organizations are funding, are advertising people joining the caravan, and then a lot of them are then raising money to get them across. We heard about the pastor, the Catholic priest, who was setting up buses from city to city to city, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And having the governors of each state pay to get them to cross through.
They already have their routes since they started the caravan. They already have their routes, and the thing is that the whole country is built with this political party that is Morena. So they go through the certain states that Morena is authorizing them. You know, Morena is the political party of our president, and unfortunately our president wants socialism in our country. So the caravan is going through every single state that Morena has won. And unfortunately, the last door to complete their final and evil plan was Baja California. That's the state that I live in. The governor won by this the socialist party that is Morena. So now you have the majority of the 6 states that they are with the border of the United States. They are part of this political party. So that is the main problem, that they have, you know, they're dominating now the ports of entry, and that is what it needs to be stopped. You know.
Gotcha.
Let us wait for.
Carlos, right here.
Where is it?
Here.
Vámonos, pues. Sí.
So let's do. Let's get the other camera going, just so we can get some.
I don't have the.
Yeah, here. Hold this. I'll do. If you hold this now,
I'll hold it. Yeah. Let me flip the camera right here, people, so you guys can see. How's everybody doing? Good evening. We're in Guatemala right now. If the signal gets cut off, you know, I must apologize
just
for that. FYI for everybody, if it gets cut off. Uno y uno en cada uno, ¿no? Dos. ¿Te llevas este tú?
Más grande. Okay.
So,
We sitting together?
yeah, we're sitting together. Squeeze it. Squeeze it.
All 3 of us?
No. He's going in
Maybe I
another
can
one.
sit with Carlos.
No, I want you right here with me.
Scoot over, man.
Man, you got a big butt. ¿Cómo estás?
Are you coming, Carlos?
Grab your phone. Grab your
is
phone. Grab your phone.
Is Carlos?
Eh?
Espere.
No.
Ponerse entero arriba.
¿Entero arriba?
Sí, vayan.
Váyanse porque no es cómodo.
Que se vayan cómodos.
Está
¿Qué?
bien cómodo. Todavía falta.
Too much?
Segundo nivel. Un momento.
Segundo nivel.
Segundo nivel. Un momento. Ahorita que se vayan cómodos. Espere. Levante.
Get up.
Levante. Arriba. Segundo nivel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hoy sí.
Gracias.
Ahí está, bien.
All right.
Oye.
Oh, we're gonna
No,
fit.
¿cómo si el hombre tiene fuerza?
So we're fitting 3 right here. We got every public right here watching us, man. Let me flip the camera.
This guy better be strong, man.
Let me flip the camera for everybody to see how we're rolling right now.
Hey,
We're rolling on this, man. What's up?
mob deep, baby.
This is the guy that is pushing us right here behind. Salud a todos, hombre. Salud a todos.
Hey, tell him he's strong. Oh, we got 2 extras by now.
Okay,
Oh, they
so
gotta get us.
we're rolling right now. He's saying easy. So we're in Tucunuman. This is the part of Guatemala, Tucunuman, man, for everybody to see. This is how it is.
Juan Carlos. Ask him about the what he sees down here.
¿Qué has visto tú aquí de la caravana, viejo? ¿Cuándo se va a venir la siguiente caravana?
La siguiente caravana.
Dijeron que el martes hay bloqueo o no?
Sí, el martes hay bloqueo.
They're saying on Tuesday that is
when it's coming?
that's when it's coming. So we're gonna be here.
Has he thought about going?
¿Te has pensado en irte tú?
Yo no.
No, he's saying no.
He's got a good job, he doesn't need it?
Tienes buen trabajo y no te quieres ir?
Cabal, ve.
Yeah, he's saying yes.
All right.
He's happy in his country. This is the mom and pop businesses right here that I'm telling you, Ben. This is all clothing that is coming from the United States. This is all toda esta ropa viene de Estados Unidos, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yeah, this is all clothing that it comes from the United States. So the United States is not that bad of a country, Ben, because it's providing clothing and a way of winning,
it's
a way of
cheap.
making money.
It's cheaper to get the clothing sent back down here
Yeah.
because a lot of if you check your shirts, not very much is made in America anymore.
Yes.
Where are we going?
We're going to Central Park. That is where the immigrants, they do their blockage. That's where they're stationed at. And from there, probably we're going to go to the migrant center that I told you. So we're in Guatemala. We're going to cross back through the Suchate Bridge where the train racks from the beast they're at. Man, my chip is working. Está trabajando el chip a todo lo que da, Carlos. Pues su madre. Da suerte el Ben, huh? Ben,
This guy's getting a workout, man.
Man, he's...
Ask him if he wants me to switch. I need a workout. He wants me to ride it for a little bit.
Ben wants to get a workout.
Seriously, ask him. Tell him I'll try it.
Dice que si le quieres cambiar, que él quiere darle a la bicicleta.
Está bueno.
This sounds good?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
En serio dice que él le da,
Where's he want to stop?
¿Te quieres parar para que le dé? Nomás le quiere intentar.
Allá arribita.
Allá arriba, he's saying the upstairs right there.
Okay.
A little bit up the hill.
All right.
He doesn't want to get in trouble also.
This is the hard part. Here he goes, man.
Man, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes?
16.
16 years old, man.
16 years old. Hey, you
Let me-
can't
let
get a
me-
job like this in America.
Let me put the camera right here. 16 years
16
old.
years old, working hard.
Look at that, man.
Nice push here. Let me out and help him. Look at it. Look at this guy. He's working for his money. Hey,
that.
we need to teach 16-year-olds in America to work like this.
Necesitamos enseñar a los muchachos de 16 años a trabajar así en Estados Unidos. Look at this guy, man.
Working hard, man.
Look at
And I'm
this
not
kid.
light. I'm not light, bro. I'm like 240.
And you're like 6'1". And your sizeism.
I just got my sizes on. This guy, he's getting a big tip. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. 16 years old.
Good job.
He's up there. You want to try?
Yeah.
Dice que si lo dejas empujar.
He wants to get off the main drag. So he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
get
yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna see Ben right here.
Ah.
Aquí si quiere.
Aquí está feo el camino allá arriba.
No, he's saying that a little bit more up
Okay,
front
he's-
because the road right here is real
Yeah, he's
bad.
giving me the cobblestones. I'm impressed, man.
So,
this guy.
yeah, he's
SJA swimming. Is he a swimmer?
nada, ser nadador. ¿Haces deporte?
No.
¿No? ¿Sí? ¿Qué haces? ¿Fútbol?
Fútbol.
Oh, you play soccer.
Good, good.
So we are about. I weigh about, and I'm not lying.
Don't be.
Let me go Jenny Craig on you right now. I weigh about.
We have about 550 pounds. in
Yeah,
this
right now,
vehicle.
yes, and
At
we
least,
just
maybe
and we
600.
just ate barbacoa, so
Yeah,
it's pretty
maybe
much
add another 10 pounds.
Yeah, with them homemade tortillas, just for everybody.
By the way,
to know.
here,
FYI.
oh, hang on. Flip the camera real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, guys.
That's you.
So, if you have not done this yet, I'm going to keep telling you, do me a favor. Everybody who's watching this live feed, for this young man's sake, go to America's Voice, download the app. AmericasVoice.news, download the app, get the app. Man, this guy is tough,
He's a
man.
beast, man.
Right here?
All right, Ben.
Okay,
Let's
my
go.
turn. Go to AmericasVoice.news, download the app. You get all of this information.
Let's see Ben right here. Let's see Ben get his workout right here, people. There you go.
I like the way he was doing it on here. Okay.
So Ben,
See.
so you're trying to migrate.
Yeah. I'm working on a job, brother.
So have you been
Oh,
in
he
the?
gave me the downhill. It's too easy.
Have you
I
been?
need a hill to climb.
Have you been in the caravan, Ben? So,
Yes, I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
I need a hill to climb. He gave me the down.
Dice que quiere la
He
subidita.
took, he took it easy on me.
Look at this, yeah. This young kid right here, man. This is great. Ben is. Ben is riding the bike right here in Guatemala. Straight, Ben.
Okay, I just didn't want to run somebody over.
Am I hearing some tiredness right there?
Oh no, man! I do this all day. We're going downhill. It's easy.
Does it
I just don't want to tell him if we crash it. Well, don't tell him anything.
No, just don't. This guy's getting his workout right there. He's saying, yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
That was a good.
Gracias. Ah, that was cool. Gracias.
Let's see right here.
He got a little sketchy when we came up on traffic.
Yeah. He doesn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
All right.
This for everybody to know. 16 years old, man. 16 years old. He doesn't
In
want
America, 16-year-olds, little punk kids sitting and playing their video games.
He doesn't want to migrate.
Get your kids out there. Teach them how to work like what was his name?
Juan Carlos, huh?
Juan Carlos? Yeah.
He doesn't want to
Teach your kids to work
migrate.
like Juan Carlos.
He wants to stay in his country. He wants to work in his country.
This is the future.
Man,
of
these kind
Guatemala.
of kids are brilliant. This is the diamond of Guatemala right here. This kind of people.
Tell him that. Tell him to.
Eres un buen muchacho, por trabajar en tu país, por echarle ganas en tu país.
Does he see opportunity here?
¿Ves mucha oportunidad aquí de trabajo en Guatemala? They saying yes. He's saying yes. There's a lot of opportunity right here at work. That's what we were talking about. This man. There's a lot of lazy people, man.
Right. That just want something for nothing. Man, let me see this. That's a beautiful tree. And yeah, it's tranquil.
Flip the.
Yeah, he says it's tranquil. Yeah, it is. It's just a beautiful place to live.
Yeah.
Ask him how bad the violence is.
¿Cómo está la violencia aquí? He's saying right here it's real slow.
Yeah.
It's real calm right here. All right, man.
Let me get my wallet.
No, he's gonna pay him in quetzales.
Oh, okay. Give him an extra good tip. Let me see. I just don't want people to see that I'm grabbing it. Let me see the wallet real quick. Make it real obvious. I'm gonna give him a couple bucks US.
No, it's quetzales.
He can't use the US?
No. ¿Sí pueden usar americano?
Is it good?
Ya, pero yo le di 50 que
Yeah, he already gave him a good tip.
Is it good? Bueno?
¿Está bien? ¿Está bien? Sí.
I wanna give him a little more.
Yeah, no. ¿Le puede dar moneda americana?
Sí.
He's saying yes. We can give him
Here, hold this.
American.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Saluda a toda la gente, diles que le echen ganas a toda la gente guatemalteca.
Está chido.
Échales todo. Look, he's giving a good tip right here by Ben. Muchas gracias, mijo. Eres un valiente. Pues.
Is $2 good? Extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
He already gave him probably 100 pesos. That's a good tip.
Okay.
So this is Central Park over here in Tucumán. This is the park that it got. I've been here last time. Where? This one. And this is.
So you don't see that? Two police officers. We got police officers riding tandem.
Chips.
Yeah, Chips. This is Chips in Guatemala.
Eric Estrada,
Just Facebook. I do not own the rights to the music. Any music you hear played here, I do not own the rights to it.
So this is the park that it got, vandalized and damaged by immigrants from Central America. You're gonna see right here on
Hola.
Tuesday.
So this is where they're going to come on Tuesday,
Yeah,
more than likely?
Tuesday. You're gonna make the whole presence right here. And actually, last time I saw a couple of immigrants right here with backpacks.
de migrantes que salía para Tapachula.
This is the concentration park of thousands of migrants right here. So aquí el martes a lo mejor los vemos, ¿verdad? On Tuesday he's saying that probably we're gonna see him right here.
That girl does not want to be seen on camera.
Well, she probably is involved in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just that group of young people over here.
So just for evidence right here, the Guatemala flag right there.
It's getting a little tattered, man.
Yeah.
I need to replace it.
Probably no borders, no walls was over here.
Ripping it up.
Yeah. Like they usually do with vandalizing. vandalizing other people's flags.
Yeah.
This is a really, as you can see, man, this is a beautiful park, man.
Yeah.
Guatemala is not, I don't see people dying. I don't see people dying of hunger right here. And they're gonna see, go to the bad spots, Oscar, go to the bad spots. If you go to the bad spots in Tijuana, you're gonna be surprised also. That doesn't mean that we're gonna form a caravan of thousands of people and bum rush the border of the United States. So
Right.
as you can see, there's no people starving, there's no poverty right here. And
I mean, there is poverty, but
yeah,
that still
it's
not
not-
justify.
yeah, but it's not that it's like it's an exaggeration of poverty.
This is nicer, much nicer than Skid Row.
You got a lot of capitalism.
Skid Row, aka created by Democrat policies.
So if you want to walk a little bit over here.
Yeah. So is Carlos just kind of keeping an eye on the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an eye
Gotcha.
right here. You know, we had a little kid explaining to us last time that, you know, the problem with the migrants is the Honduras people, and I'm sorry, but it's the reality. The Honduras people are the ones that they're the problem right here. They were defecating last time over here, you know, sexual relations in front of everybody and kids. Drugs.
Right here?
Yeah, in the park, asking for money. Okay. And you know,
Does my shirt say Oaxaca?
no.
Why would
It
you
says-
think I was
it
from
says
Oaxaca?
Chiapas.
My
Probably
height?
me. I look like Oaxaca probably.
Really?
Short and ugly.
That's
In
jacked up.
comparison to you, man, they're like Andre the Giant. We were talking about it the other day. So if you want to go around the park a little bit, man, this.
So is there? Let's see who looks interesting to talk to.
Yeah, you know, this is like, let me see right here.
Yep.
They want. Buenas tardes, jefe.
So I can't.
Vengo de Tijuana. Y él viene de Estados Unidos nomás para ver cómo está la situación aquí en Guatemala. Está bien, ya me dijo todo. Se pusimos la caravana que se llama Hola. ¿Qué piensa usted acerca de eso? I'm asking him, there's a caravan on Tuesday that is coming. What do you think about that? ¿Qué piensa?
So I can't help but notice that he's got money. Is he not worried? Like, so it's not that not safe
No,
that you can be out here with money. Yeah, he's got a big wad of money out.
Big wallet of money. He's got more money than you.
Yeah. So, but I would assume then that he's not worried about.
No, he's not worried about security. Most of all, I don't know what type of guy he is because he's sitting with a big chunk of money right here in the corner.
Yeah, he
so
might.
I don't know.
He might
if
be
he's-
one of the guys we're looking out for.
Yeah, so I don't
So
know.
want to see if these guys want to talk?
Preguntas, ¿no? Para es un medio de Estados Unidos. ¿Qué opinan de las caravanas que están pasando aquí por tu país? Y que ahora ya se aproxima una en marzo. I'm asking them, what do they think about the caravans and how there's a caravan coming up Tuesday? Sí, no, estoy traduciendo. Bueno, estoy traduciendo nada más. ¿Qué opinan de las caravanas?
Nosotros decepcionados hemos cagado. Yo soy taxista. Aquí tendidos todos en caravana. Pura gente mala.
¿Me deja traducir? No, nomás para traducir. Sí, me deja. No es una... Créame que no le estoy tratando. Le doy mi palabra. Le doy mi palabra. Le doy mi palabra, sí. You know, he's saying that he's really disappointed on the caravans. There's a lot of violence in the caravans, a lot of MS-18s and MS-13s right here. ¿Le han afectado en la economía las caravanas ustedes? Sí. ¿Les han pegado en el bolsillo las caravanas?
No, yo te soy honesto. No. Pero sí ha sido mucha violencia. Pero bueno, entendido. Yo platicaba con ellos. Para irme a trabajar a México y para Estados Unidos. Pero bueno, me salió súper bien. Ahora qué hacer aquí.
Y se querían quedar aquí nada más. He's saying that, you know, they had a lot of people, a lot of problems right here.
Ir a vender drogas,
They were selling
Y va a
alcohol and
va a
drugs,
pedir que le mandaran dinero.
and they were asking for money also. He doesn't even know where. And also, when their entrance was denied, they didn't want to move. They wanted to stay right here. And he said that they couldn't handle them.
Este parque
This park,
le quitaron la luz, el cable eléctrico,
the electricity was taken because of the caravan.
casas,
They were making houses,
tenían a esa
and then fountain. They were taking showers. A la puente.
sexo,
Oh my God! They were having sex. They were having sex in the fountain, in the middle of the fountain.
bailar, desnudos,
They were dancing naked, you know,
haciendo sexo.
having sex in the middle of the fountain.
Su pueblo,
Hold this, would you?
tenemos que cuidarlo.
I want to get the other footage on this.
Yeah, and y su pueblo, y ustedes,
Somos de acá y queremos este pueblo. Yo soy taxista, parqueo y queremos este pueblo limpio,
he's saying that he,
como lo ha hecho el alcalde de acá.
he-
Yo había mucha delincuencia antes. Hoy ya no.
he's saying that he wants his country to be good. He wants the country to be great. He wants the country to be clean.
Y lo
You know,
agradecemos al alcalde actual que está,
¿cómo se llama el alcalde actual?
Eric Zúñiga.
He's saying that thank you to the mayor Eric Zúñiga, because he was the one that cleaned the whole migrants right here. He was the one that came over here to this park and told them to get away, go back to your country. ¿Ha visto usted alguna publicidad de que les diga váyanse a migrar a los Estados Unidos? Have you seen publicity from? No,
Aquí no.
no, aquí no. Pues muchísimas gracias, jefe. No le quito más su
What
tiempo.
do they think
Oh.
about America and President Trump in
¿Qué es lo que
particular?
piensa usted de Estados Unidos y el presidente Trump?
No están contentos con el presidente. Toda la gente está en contra. No lo pueden ver. Saben cuál es su seguridad para a su país.
Ujú.
Pero yo soy agradecido. Los hijos son residentes de Estados Unidos.
Ah, mire que bien Dios lo bendiga. He's saying that he's thanking the United States because both of his kids are residents from the United States, and he
Hoy se va uno a Estados Unidos.
and he's saying that today one of his sons goes to the United States with his legal documents to the United States, and he's saying that he doesn't understand why people are counter attacking the president of the United States when he's just doing his job. That's what he's saying. Muchas gracias, jefe, se lo agradezco de todo corazón. Muchísimas gracias, eh. Que pasen buena tarde a todos. Ahí les encargo el calor, hombre. Ah, no, ahorita les picho unas. Y no traigo quetzales, sí, no traigo, pero ahorita mi amigo anda por ahí. Ah, como ya, pero para luego es tarde, ¿verdad? Para luego, no, tan bravos, hijo. They want something to drink, some beers, you know.
cervezas?
Yeah, they want some beers. So, right here, we're live. We're live right here, Ben. You know, sí, una entrevista nada más.
So I'd be interested to ask the rest of them if they agreed with him on that,
On what?
about President Trump.
Do you want to get another interview, or do
Yeah.
you want to go back to this one?
Yeah, no, let's go. Let's go.
You know, so we saw right now a guy that
Here,
is.
let's try to hook up the mic.
All right.
Hold this.
Okay, you go ahead.
I'm just concerned that we're not getting good audio.
So you said we just saw and witnessed a citizen from Guatemala that is happy with his government, is happy with his mayor, that he has cleaned up this park after the caravan hit right here, and also, you know, we saw eventually that he has two children that they are residents of the United States. That's what he says, and that he has another son of his that he's going to the United States with his paperwork. Legally. For the people that are saying that you can't hear me, we have the volume all the way up. So Ben is trying to hook up right now the mic so he can get the mic and I can get the mic. I don't know, probably he can get the mic.
All right, guys. Let us know if you can hear this. We're going to test the mic real quick.
Yes,
So
after.
here, let's flip it so they can actually see us. So they
Okay.
know. Okay, we're going to test the mic. Let us know if you can hear it. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Test, test, testing. 1, 2.
Saying that it was fine before, but
I know, I know. Testing, testing, testing.
Apparently we got a problem with the mic.
Test, test.
Oscar, no se escucha nada. Yes,
Okay, now
I know.
now can't hear. No sound. Test, test, test. Okay.
No audio. Audio.
All right, are we back? All right, testing, testing, testing.
Are we good now?
Testing, testing.
No sound at all. Be better before. No audio.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
we'll go back.
so we're just gonna. I think that is. Are we good now?
I think we have to start it with it in order for it to work.
Yeah, we here. Okay, we here.
Okay,
All right. So let me flip the camera. If you wanna hold the gizmo, I hold the gizmo.
just hold it for now.
Okay, all right. So we just saw, as I was telling you, we just encountered ourselves with a 16-year-old kid that is working. We asked him if he wants to migrate to the United States. He said no. Unbelievable. A 16-year-old kid. His dream is to be in his country, make it big in his country, in Guatemala. And also, we just heard a guy, a citizen from Guatemala, that he has 2 sons, that they are residents of the United States, and he's really appreciative of the country of the United States. He cares about the country. And also another son of his that right now he's going to the United States with his proper paperwork to cross the United States, man. So we are seeing, we're seeing, humble citizens that they're saying that, it's, that they're appreciating the United States. And
Are you filming me drink?
no, I'm not filming you drink. I just flipped the camera. But, just drink right there. So, we're seeing that the opinion from one citizen is not that bad regarding,
So far 2.
so far too. I think the gizmo is playing the mind of his own. I don't know.
Okay.
Just, that's your gizmo.
All right, guys. So we're gonna. I think we're gonna end the live stream here. We're gonna take a little break off the live stream. We're gonna go get some more interviews. Stay tuned. Do me a favor, guys. Download the America's Voice app. You're gonna get exclusive content on America's Voice that you won't get anywhere else. Again, telling the story of America, the things that impact America. We're down in Guatemala and southern Mexico to tell you the stories that you won't get anywhere else, the truth that you won't get anywhere else, that the mainstream media refuses to tell you, that there is pride in these countries, pride in Guatemala, pride in Mexico, people that love their country, that don't believe in lawlessness. Just because the open borders leftists believe in lawlessness doesn't mean that everybody in the world believes in lawlessness. So it's time for people to wake up and start telling the truth. And again, download the America's Voice app. You get all the information there. Go to americasvoice.news, and you'll start to see awesome guys like Oscar Blue and our activists across the country have a new platform that you can use, a legitimate news platform, americasvoice.news. Huge things are coming. Even more is coming on this trip. We've got some crazy things to show you, so stay tuned.
And before I go, I want to say thank you to America's Voice.
Just kidding.
Thank you to America's Voice and to this guy, for adding me. Thank you so much. God bless you. And like we always say, peace and love, and always your country first. Thank you so much.
And we are praying for El Paso, for the folks up there, and Ohio,
Yes.
for Dayton, Ohio. It's evil. We need to stand against the evil. It's not guns. It's not anything else. It's evil. It's good versus evil. It's time to invite good, aka God, back
Yes.
into America and around the world. Stay tuned. God bless you guys.